for that.
You've said some shit that I disagree with, but I mean, who gives a fuck? Like isn't that the beauty of the country and how we're allowed to be friends when you can have an opinion that might not match mine, but it's never been like, oh my God, I can't respect you anymore. And that is exactly what we see with this that's the whole problem. I'm going to fucking spider off right away. Okay.
Have at it, dude. Floor's yours.
That's the whole fucking problem with society today is we have become so tribalist but we can't see it. So we've got all these tribes. We've got the Middle Eastern tribe. We've got the Asian tribe. We've got the black tribe. We've got the brown tribe. We've got the white tribe. Everybody's so tribalist, and inside those tribes are subsects of tribes because you have to believe in this. You have to believe in this. You know, when I was a skin, it was if you weren't white Protestant, you went over there. You were just another pile of shit. If you weren't white Catholic, you went over there. You were another pile of shit. There's all these subsects in it, and everybody in this fucking society that we live in today believes that their subsect should be on top. Okay. Everybody thinks that what they believe is righteous, what they think is righteous, and what they believe should be the law of the land. So if you start saying some of it, they will follow you. And I get this shit all the time. They follow you and they start liking every fucking post you put up. But as soon as you whisper one little part of something that they disagree with, all of a sudden your entire persona in their eyes is shattered because you shook their reality. You fucked with their reality, and they can't handle it because everybody's become such a pussy because everywhere we turn, it's just, we're protected by our tribe. I'll say something on the internet and I'm sure the people will come to the rescue, you know?
You're big on tribalism. You talked about that before. Is that a right thing to say? You're big on tribalism? Because you talked about, segregation, and I don't disagree with you. The more I see this implementation of like diverse ideologies, the more you see destruction. And I think it's where we're at. It's like you can't, like my parents, man. My mother's dead, thank God. Oh, dude, just fucking. Who did I say this to? Listen to some Jewish rabbi talk about how we should all be worshiping them the other day. And if we get to that, I'll get to that. And I'm like, dude, you sound like my martyr mother. What the hell? No. But her and my father were always at political odds. She was a Democrat. He was a Republican. They functioned just fine. So, and I had zero problems. I was a liberal all the way up to my 30s. And I started I didn't vote for him, but I was a big Obama supporter in 2008. And even when Biden won, I didn't unfriend anybody because they voted for Biden. I'd be like, dude, I mean, you're dumb. Whatever, but then I would qualify shit by going, I'm not a brain dead Trump supporter because ask me one of his policies and I won't be able to answer. Like I won't be able to answer because I'm not political. It's not an area of focus of mine. I voted for him simply because I didn't want to support the other side. And I think he's a better option and I like what he's doing. But I'm not gonna blindly then not challenge what he does, like appointing someone. So I don't understand this whole sycophant loyalist. We are now identified by your political ideology, and that's your value.
Yeah, well, people are desperate to belong. And we as an entire people, you know, we, especially in this country here in America, for the last 6 decades, minimum, we've been made to feel like invisibility is nobility. We are noble if we remain silent. We are noble if we remain in the shadows and say and do nothing, stand for nothing. We're noble as long as we're part of the group of nobility, and the group of nobility is the people that don't push back. Well, now we're sitting in a situation where everybody's just really fucking tired of being invisible. So everybody's we're just shifting focus from, you know, on this extreme to the other extreme. Now everything is just, it's either black or it's white. I'm huge on black and white. I'm huge on fuck the gray area, but there is some nuance to be had on occasion in life. But people have lost sight of that. People now are this is my lane. And if you come in my lane, I'll smash you. If you don't agree with my lane, I'll smash you. This is my lane, and this is the only lane that should be there. We saw when Obama came up, that was the biggest, and I've said this before, the biggest, scariest fucking thing about Obama wasn't him. I saw right through him to begin with, and as did a lot of people. The scariest thing, though, was the way people just blindly followed. As soon as he spoke, just people started bowing. Trump is the same way.
Because he's black, man, even though people forget he's actually whiter than he is black. Because isn't it like you're like 51% of like your mother simply because you're like you're a part of her as you grow.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
His mama's white.
Yeah. Well, and here's the other thing is he's not black, okay? Like he's black in color, but he's not black the way people think of black people. When people reference black people, they think of American black people, like Big Mama type shit, you know, that black culture. Obama's nothing like that. He's Kenyan culture. That is a very, very different thing. It's the same thing. Like I post these videos every now and then of black American kids, young people on these chat roulette type sites, and they start interacting with black people across the world, and the black people across the world don't fucking like them. They're like, I'm not going to fucking play. I'm not playing your bullshit. I'm not American ghetto nigger. I'm Congolese. This isn't how we operate, you know? But when Obama came in, everybody just saw the skin color and was like, fuck it. Let's put him in the fucking tribe with the rest of us so that we can have something. And then what happened? He was the worst fucking president to ever hit America.
The most divisive. Yeah,
absolutely. He was responsible for the racial divide we suffer today. People like me were trying to beat racism. People like me that grew up in a pool of hate were on the fucking way up. We were making fucking headway in defeating the racism and just being able to access realistic conversations until Obama came up and said, all white people are fucking shit. No white people can have any fucking thing, but we can have black only fucking campus tours. You know, Michelle Obama did her black only campus tour. How is that not racist? But nobody said anything because yet again, we're stuck in this cycle of virtue signaling. Well, my neighbor might get mad if I say something that's not right. So I'm just going to stay quiet. You know, it's absurd.